Okay, I have very simple things to talk about for Hraftzer society. This is about the economics, okay, and all of this is simple stuff. It's third grade arithmetic. It's something that I would think anybody could understand. I mean, anybody with a minimum level of intelligence should figure this stuff out for themselves. But pretty much every single person I deal with can't understand this. But intelligent people can. Let me explain. Let's start with the most simple economic benefits. If you live by yourself and you rent a place out, even the cheapest dump with a leaky roof, rats crawling over you, roaches, the size of a closet, you got no privacy, there's 100 neighbors, you got to share a bathroom, it's still $100 a week, $150 a week, okay? It comes out to $7,000 a year, $6,000, $7,000, something like that. I mean, you only make like $12,000 a year, working at a minimum wage job full time. Maybe 15 on the very high end, but usually you make about $12,000 a year at a minimum wage job. So you're spending over half your paycheck to rent a dump and have, water leaking on you and roaches and rats and neighbors keeping you up all night, and meth labs and getting shot and bullets and drive-bys and it's not necessary. It's not necessary to spend $7,000 a year. You could buy a large house, a large home. You'll live in a bigger room, you'll have more privacy, nicer conditions, nicer neighborhood, and you spend less money. Just by working together. There's no charity involved, there's nobody handing someone else something for free. Everyone benefits. It's a win-win situation. And the reason is just simple economics. I mean, as you buy a larger home, the price per square foot goes down. So a 2-bedroom house does not cost twice as much as a 1-bedroom. A 4-bedroom does not cost twice as much as a 2-bedroom. A 400 square foot house is not twice as much as a 200 square foot. So you can see that there's a benefit in buying a large home and splitting it. Now, nobody I deal with can understand that. I mean, they act like they're retarded, but I meet a lot of Chinese people, and that's how they live. That's how a lot of wealthy people live. And I have noticed at the University of Cincinnati, for example, graduate students, they pay almost nothing for rent. That's what they do. They buy a large home, they split it up, they pay like $200 a month rent for a really nice home, big private yard, everything. I gotta pay $500 a month rent to live in the ghetto and dodge bullets and get stabbed and get robbed every other day. And so it is possible to do better. There's no trick, there's no a lot of people feel like life has to be hard. And if you say that there's a solution to a problem, you're full of crap. No, this is just simple cooperation. I don't see where people are getting tripped up on this and confused. Now the thing is, I'm not a graduate student. I'm not Chinese. I don't know any people that can really do these things with me, so I create Hraftzer Society and looking for other people in a similar situation to myself who can cooperate together. Now you do need to move in with sane and rational human beings, people that can act considerate of others, pay their bills on time, and act normal. That's the problem. If you rent out a place, people are going to bust holes in the wall, not pay their rent, they're going to physically assault you or rob you or something like that. So I mean, that's the problem. Just these people are all mentally retarded. And what upsets me is that the poverty is not necessary. It's like shooting yourself in the foot. It's not necessary to shoot yourself in the foot. It's not necessary to slice your own wrist open. You don't have to do it. You don't have to stick your face in an oven and burn your face off. It's not needed. You don't have to chop your finger off. You can just choose not to. That's what's most upsetting, is that this is all unnecessary poverty, unnecessary crime. All of this stuff is easily solved. And I have to think, what in the world is wrong with people? Just with rent. It's like college. Like I go to Edison College in Fort Myers, Florida, and we need a vehicle to drive everywhere. So it's like $10,000 for a vehicle. Like, where am I going to get that money at? I'm going to college. I'm a college student. I don't have any money. You could easily carpool, but no one wants to do it. It's not necessary to spend $10,000 in a car. It's not necessary to spend $7,000, $8,000 a year on rent, to rent out a dump. None of it's necessary. You could work together, Well, again, this is what Chinese people do. This is what sometimes Mexican people do. Certain immigrants do. This is what wealthy people do. I mean, of course, if you're a millionaire, you don't have to carpool, but I mean, you just work together. And it can be something as simple as carpooling or, renting out a house together. You can buy food in bulk and save a lot of money by just buying in bulk and redistributing it among people. But once you've got your basic needs covered there, then you can work together and buy a business, buy a gas station, buy a restaurant or something like that. Invest. If you don't know anything about owning a business, you learn. You buy a book, you consult people that know. And if you're too stupid to learn new things, then that's why we have the IQ test. I mean, you have to have a certain basic level of intelligence. But this is not college level stuff. This is 5th grade level stuff, I mean, to understand that, you can rent out a 10-bedroom house for $1,000 a month, or you can rent out a one bedroom for $500 a month. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You just have to be able to cooperate with other human beings. That's all it is. And people will accuse me of being weak or I'm needy, I want charity, I want to use people. I've heard all this stuff. People contact me about Hraftzer Society, and it's total nonsense. It's just win-win situations. It's called cooperation, working as a team, working like a pack of wolves to take down a deer. Everybody cooperates, everybody benefits. There's no freeloader involved at all. Oh, you just can't do it on your own. No, I can't. No, I mean, it's just common sense. If I do it on my own, it costs me 10 times more money than what's necessary. It's not necessary to blow your entire paycheck on rent and transportation. You don't have to. You don't have to work 3 jobs just to get by. I mean, that's unnecessary when you can work together and easily reduce your costs and easily increase your income. But it's not only money, it's about living in a crime-free neighborhood. Deal with so many people, they're thieves, they're idiots, and you just want to associate with other people who have normal intelligence, who can act rational and sane and can work together. So that's the economic aspect of Hraftzer Society. If you want to get into more complex things like joint investment projects or starting a business or starting a corporation, then we can talk about it privately. But I'll keep things on a simple level and a basic level. And if you can't figure these things out for yourself, then you're not suited for the society. Thank you.